Having a strong mind is crucial for success in life. It acts like a hidden superpower that keeps you moving forward, even during difficult times. Mental toughness enables you to address challenges, pursue your goals relentlessly, and confront obstacles with unwavering resolve, particularly when mere talent and skill fall short. This video explores essential Buddhist concepts and their connection to 10 habits that may weaken your mental resilience. By understanding and applying these teachings, we embark on a path to fortify our minds and enhance our ability to recover from adversity. The first habit is maintaining a negative mindset. Imagine a negative mindset as a dense cloud obscuring the sun of your inner joy, creating a barrier that weakens you mentally by casting a shadow over every aspect of your life. This habit of focusing on the negative prevents you from seeing the positive events around you, much like wearing dark sunglasses that dim even the brightest moments. Pessimism can lead you to believe that success and happiness are unattainable, affecting your actions and choices. This often results in a reluctance to embrace new opportunities, stemming from a belief that they will likely fail. To combat this, we can draw on Buddhist principles, particularly mindfulness, which involves observing our thoughts impartially. By not letting negative thoughts dominate, we acknowledge them, but then shift our focus to more positive elements, like clearing the clouds to reveal the sunlight. Moreover, the practice of metta, or loving-kindness meditation, encourages us to send positive thoughts towards ourselves and others, which can gradually transform our outlook from negative to compassionate and optimistic. Buddhism's notion of impermanence reminds us that all situations, good or bad, are transient. This perspective helps us develop resilience, knowing that hardships are not everlasting. By adopting these Buddhist teachings, we empower ourselves to shed the weight of negativity and cultivate a mindset that is both positive and resilient. Complaining about things beyond our control only harms us. This habit saps our mental strength by fixating on problems instead of seeking solutions, akin to sinking deeper into quicksand. The more we complain, the more entrenched we become in negativity. Buddhism illuminates why this habit is detrimental and offers ways to escape its clutches. A fundamental Buddhist concept is impermanence, which teaches that everything is constantly changing. Complaining often leads us to believe that our circumstances are fixed, trapping us in a cycle of dissatisfaction and obscuring the transient nature of our challenges. Instead of viewing difficulties as insurmountable permanent fixtures, recognizing their temporary nature can shift our perspective. To counteract the habit of complaining, we can practice acceptance, acknowledging that life is full of ups and downs, and not everything is within our control. Acceptance is like learning to dance in the rain rather than lamenting the storm. By accepting what we cannot change, we unburden ourselves from constant grievances. Buddhism also encourages focusing our energy on aspects of our lives that we can influence. It's comparable to steering a boat during a storm. While we cannot control the weather, we can navigate our vessel effectively. This shift from passive complaining to proactive problem-solving empowers us to make impactful changes. Another valuable Buddhist practice is letting go, which involves releasing the heavy load of our complaints to make room for positive changes. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It's about loosening our grip on grievances to allow for growth and transformation. By integrating these Buddhist teachings into our daily lives, we learn to face challenges with a balanced mindset, accepting the impermanence of situations and concentrating our efforts where they can truly make a difference. This approach frees us from the confines of complaints and builds mental resilience, enabling us to move forward even in adversity. Not expressing yourself is akin to possessing a treasure chest, but keeping it forever locked. This habit diminishes our mental strength by preventing us from sharing our thoughts, feelings, and ideas with the world. It's like navigating a dark room without turning on the light, leading to confusion and overwhelm. Buddhism highlights the importance of self-expression as a cornerstone for mental health. Suppressing our thoughts and emotions is comparable to bottling up a fizzy drink. The pressure builds, potentially leading to an explosive release of stress, anxiety, or overwhelm because these feelings remain unexpressed. Buddhist teachings emphasize right speech, which involves communicating truthfully, kindly, and mindfully. This approach is like planting seeds of positivity. Our words can cultivate a garden of understanding and connectivity. By adhering to these principles, we forge meaningful connections and establish authentic relationships. Mindfulness in Buddhism serves as a crucial tool in overcoming the habit of withholding expression. It acts like a mirror, reflecting our thoughts and feelings clearly. By being present and mindful, we can understand our internal states better and express them with clarity and compassion. Expression isn't limited to words. Non-verbal cues like body language and gestures also play a significant role. These subtle forms of communication convey our inner thoughts and feelings, enhancing our overall ability to communicate authentically. By embracing these practices, we learn that genuine expression not only frees us, but also enriches those around us. It's akin to opening a window to let fresh air in. Expressing ourselves introduces light and clarity into our mental environment, fostering understanding and connections. Breaking free from the habit of not expressing ourselves is a step toward authenticity, enhancing our resilience and empowering our minds. Habit number 4, blaming others for our problems, is like attempting to run a race while carrying a backpack filled with rocks. It hinders our progress and weighs us down. This habit undermines our mental strength by shifting responsibility away from ourselves, akin to handing over the steering wheel of our life to someone else. Buddhist teachings, particularly the concept of karma, remind us that our actions have consequences. Blaming others disregards this fundamental principle, trapping us in a cycle of victimhood and passivity. By reclaiming responsibility for our actions and their outcomes, we empower ourselves to steer our lives in a positive direction, shedding unnecessary burdens and fostering a mindset of accountability and growth. Blaming others for our problems is like refusing to recognize our active role in shaping our own lives. When we blame, we become mere spectators rather than participants in our journey. Taking personal responsibility means understanding that we have the power to influence our experiences. It's similar to being the captain of a ship. We might face storms, but we have the ability to navigate through them. Blaming others implies we lack control, but embracing our agency empowers us to make positive choices. Forgiveness is crucial in overcoming the habit of blaming. It doesn't mean condoning others' actions. Rather, it involves releasing ourselves from the weight of resentment. This release is like setting down a heavy backpack, making us feel lighter and freer. Forgiving others, and importantly, ourselves, is a vital step toward reclaiming our personal responsibility. Mindfulness, a central practice in Buddhism, heightens our awareness of our thoughts and actions. It illuminates our path like a light in the darkness, helping us see our direction clearly. By being mindful, we can recognize when we are tempted to blame and can choose a more empowering response instead. Moving from blame to responsibility is akin to exchanging rocks in our backpack for wings that allow us to soar. By integrating these Buddhist teachings into our daily lives, we are invited to embrace our power and take control of our journey. Breaking free from the blame game isn't just about holding others accountable. It's about acknowledging our capacity to shape a positive and resilient mindset. Steering clear of blame and embracing personal responsibility, we embark on a path toward mental strength and self-empowerment. Habit number 5, fantasizing instead of visualizing, is akin to building castles in the air. While these castles may be beautiful, they lack a solid foundation. This habit weakens our minds by disconnecting us from the reality of the present moment, similar to chasing mirages in a desert, endlessly seeking what seems unattainable. The teachings of Buddhism shed light on why this habit is detrimental and how we can shift from mere fantasies to effective visualization for a more grounded and positive mindset. Fantasies often involve unrealistic scenarios and wishful thinking, like expecting to find a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow, a beautiful but unrealistic notion. Engaging in fantasies can mean daydreaming while overlooking the beauty of the present, leading to disappointment when reality fails to match our illusions. Visualization, on the other hand, involves creating mental images of achievable goals, akin to having a treasure map that helps us chart a course toward our aspirations. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of right intention and right action, which align with visualizing positive outcomes and taking practical steps to realize them. By grounding our dreams in reality, we bridge the gap between mere dreams and attainable goals. Additionally, Buddhism's teaching on impermanence reminds us that change is constant, encouraging us to avoid clinging to fixed fantasies and instead focus on adaptable, realistic visions that guide our actions and support our growth. Visualization adapts to the ever-shifting landscape of life. It's akin to riding a wave instead of trying to hold on to the shore. By recognizing the impermanence of all things, we cultivate a flexible and resilient mindset. To break the habit of fantasizing, mindfulness becomes an indispensable tool. It's like putting on glasses that help us see the present clearly. This practice enables us to guide our thoughts towards positive and achievable visualizations while appreciating the beauty of the current moment and actively pursuing our goals. By incorporating these Buddhist teachings, we transition from constructing castles in the air to using visualization as a powerful ally. This shift helps us manifest positive realities and navigate life with purpose and resilience. Habit number 6, not making time for personal relationships, is like having a garden but neglecting to water the plants. Over time, everything withers. This habit diminishes our mental strength because as social beings, we thrive on meaningful connections that bring joy and support. It's comparable to trying to sail a boat without wind, a slow and lonely journey. Buddhist teachings emphasize the importance of investing time to nurture our relationships, likening neglect to closing the door to a warm and welcoming home. When we fail to prioritize our loved ones, the weeds of misunderstanding and distance grow, potentially leaving us feeling isolated without the nourishment of love and companionship. Building and maintaining relationships requires effort, much like tending to a garden to ensure it flourishes. To counteract the habit of neglect, presence is essential. It's the sunshine that allows relationships to thrive. Spending quality time with loved ones is like watering the plants regularly, which nurtures bonds and strengthens connections. Communication also plays a crucial role, acting like the wind that fills the sails of a boat, propelling us forward. Taking time to listen and share thoughts and feelings is the water that keeps the garden of relationships vibrant and alive. Buddhism teaches us to appreciate the impermanence of life, including the time we have with others. This awareness is like savoring a delicious meal more deeply because we know it won't last forever. By understanding the fleeting nature of time, we are motivated to prioritize relationships and invest the precious gift of our time in those we care about. Incorporating these teachings into our lives highlights that personal relationships are like threads weaving the fabric of our well-being. By making time for our loved ones, we not only enrich our own lives, but also contribute to the collective joy and resilience of our community. We cultivate a support system that strengthens our minds and enriches our lives. Breaking free from the habit of neglecting personal relationships allows us to navigate the journey of life with companions by our side, making the voyage more joyful and fulfilling. Habit number 7, letting your emotions rule you, is akin to being carried away by a strong river current. We lose both control and direction. This habit weakens our minds because unmanaged emotions can become overwhelming and lead us astray, like being caught in a storm without a compass. Buddhism teaches us to develop emotional intelligence to better navigate the currents of our feelings. Mindfulness in Buddhism is a key practice that helps us observe our emotions without getting swept away. It's like standing on the riverbank, watching the water flow by without being pulled under. When emotions dominate, it's as though we're caught in a storm without an anchor, tossed about and struggling to find our way. Emotional intelligence involves recognizing, understanding, and managing our emotions and empathizing with others. It acts like a compass in a storm, guiding us through challenges and maintaining our course. Mindfulness is like a sturdy boat that allows us to navigate the emotional waves without capsizing. By being present and observing our emotions with curiosity and non-judgment, we can respond wisely rather than react impulsively. Buddhism also encourages us to cultivate balance through practices like loving-kindness meditation, planting seeds of compassion in our hearts. These seeds grow into a garden that enables us to respond to emotions with kindness toward ourselves and others. By embracing emotional intelligence, we equip ourselves to understand, navigate, and learn from our emotions, helping us break free from the habit of letting them rule us. Instead of being at the mercy of emotional storms, we become captains of our emotional ships, steering with mindfulness and compassion. This cultivation of emotional intelligence helps us navigate the seas of feelings with resilience, maintaining a steady course toward mental strength and well-being. Habit number 8. Trying to control everything is like juggling too many balls. It's exhausting and eventually we might drop them all. This habit weakens our minds because it sets us up for frustration and disappointment, akin to attempting to catch the wind, a futile and frustrating endeavor. Buddhist teachings guide us to understand why this habit is detrimental and how we can find empowerment in the paradox of surrendering control. The concept of non-attachment teaches us to let go of the illusion of control, much like realizing we cannot hold on to the clouds which are always changing and shifting. When we try to control everything, it's like trying to hold on to water. It slips through our fingers, leaving us feeling powerless. Surrendering control doesn't mean giving up. It means recognizing the limits of our influence, akin to planting seeds in a garden. We nurture them, but we cannot control the weather. By accepting that some things are beyond our control, we free ourselves from the constant struggle, much like releasing a tightly clenched fist. Mindfulness serves as a steady anchor, keeping us grounded in the present moment. By focusing on what we can influence and letting go of the rest, we navigate the seas of uncertainty with grace and resilience. Buddhism encourages us to embrace the paradox that surrendering control leads to true empowerment. By loosening our grip, we gain the strength to face life's challenges with openness and flexibility, allowing us to receive what life has to offer rather than clinging to preconceived notions. Incorporating these teachings into our lives invites us to release the burden of trying to control everything, embracing the freedom that comes with surrendering the illusion of control. We paradoxically find empowerment when we stop micromanaging every aspect of life, like a sail catching the wind that propels us forward with a sense of freedom. This breaking free from the habit of controlling everything helps us discover the strength that comes from embracing the ebb and flow of existence. Habit number 9, dwelling on the past, is like carrying a heavy backpack full of old items. It slows us down and makes the journey more difficult. This habit weakens our minds because it anchors us to what has already occurred, preventing us from fully enjoying the present or anticipating the future. It's similar to driving a car while constantly looking in the rearview mirror. We're likely to miss what's directly ahead. Buddhist teachings, particularly mindfulness, teach us to live in the here and now, akin to opening windows to let in fresh air, clearing the stuffiness of past preoccupations. Dwelling on the past is like trying to walk backward. We might stumble and lose our way. By releasing the past, we make room for new experiences and opportunities. Dwelling on the past also keeps us tied to old wounds and grievances, like leaving a bandage on a healed wound. It prevents us from fully engaging with life. Buddhism promotes forgiveness, not just towards others but also towards ourselves, as a way to open the door and release the past, allowing us to step into the present unburdened. The concept of impermanence in Buddhism, exemplified by the ever-changing flow of a river, teaches us that nothing remains static. Clinging to the past is like trying to freeze the river, both unnatural and impossible. By accepting the impermanence of all things, we free ourselves from the chains of past experiences. Self-compassion is essential to overcome the habit of dwelling on the past. It's like offering a kind word to a friend in need. We deserve the same kindness. By treating ourselves with compassion and understanding, we liberate ourselves from the prisons of regret and guilt. The past becomes a teacher rather than a jailer. By embracing mindfulness, forgiveness, and self-compassion, we pave a path toward liberation, stepping into the present with lightness and openness, ready to embrace life's unfolding moments. Habit number 10, worrying about what others say and do, is like carrying around a heavy backpack filled with other people's thoughts. This burdens our minds and hinders our authenticity, tying our self-worth to external opinions. It's akin to sailing a boat that's tossed around by every passing wave. Buddhist teachings, particularly the practice of equanimity, encourage us to remain balanced amidst the fluctuating tides of praise and criticism. It's like standing on solid ground while the winds of opinions whirl around us. We remain steady. Overly concerning ourselves with others' opinions is like building our house on shaky ground, making it vulnerable to every passing storm. By cultivating equanimity, we develop resilience in the face of external judgments. Judging ourselves based on others' opinions is like letting someone else hold the mirror through which we view ourselves. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of self-acceptance and authenticity, encouraging us to wear our own clothes rather than trying to fit into someone else's wardrobe. This teaches us to value our intrinsic worth, independent of external validation, allowing us to navigate life with a genuine sense of self and freedom. When we genuinely express ourselves and let go of the need for constant approval, we free ourselves from the limitations imposed by others' expectations. Mindfulness, a central theme in Buddhism, sharpens our awareness of our thoughts and reactions, particularly when we worry about what others think. It's like having a guiding light in a maze of opinions, helping us navigate back to our true selves. By staying present, we can observe these concerns without becoming entangled in them. To combat the habit of worrying about others' opinions, self-love emerges as a powerful remedy. It's akin to planting seeds of kindness within ourselves. These seeds blossom into a garden of self-acceptance, where we recognize our intrinsic worth and embrace our unique qualities. This personal acceptance builds a protective shield against the arrows of external judgments. Incorporating these Buddhist teachings into our lives frees us from the mental weaknesses associated with concern over others' opinions. By practicing equanimity, embracing authenticity, and cultivating self-love, we release the chains binding us to external validation. Breaking free from the habit of constant judgment allows us to steer our own course, guided by inner strength and authenticity. Buddhism offers a comprehensive guide to overcoming habits that weaken us mentally. By integrating mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom into our daily lives, we can transcend negative patterns and cultivate lasting mental strength. This exploration invites us to embark on a transformative journey, integrating the profound teachings of Buddhism into the fabric of our existence. May the wisdom of these teachings light our path to a resilient and empowered mind, inspiring a life filled with purpose, compassion, and joy.